Hey there, Aquarius, and welcome to your week of November 15th, 2021 general tarot reading. We're going to be looking at your general vibe energy coming into this week. We're going to be taking a look at some possible challenges and possible outcomes for you this week. We're going to clarify all those cards and tie everything off with an oracle card at the end, so you're going to want to stick around for all that. These are general readings though, Aquarius, so some, all, or none of it may resonate, or some of it might and some of it might not. Just take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't try to make something fit that doesn't. So thank you for being here, Aquarius, and let's take a look, see what we got going on for you here. We got you coming in as the Chariot, the Five of Pentacles, and Six of Swords here. All right. So I see you're quickly moving out of the rocky situation you might have been in, or you're currently in. You're going to be moving very quickly out of it and into a better position here. So I like that a lot. The Chariot card here is the fastest card in the deck. So, that's where that speed is coming from. And with the Six of Swords, it is a card of being in rocky waters, but we can see the calm waters are ahead. We're moving into a good position. So that's all really great. The Chariot card is the Cancer's card. So you may have Cancer in your chart, might be dealing with a Cancer this week. I'm a Cancer sun myself, so maybe we're Cancer buddies, but that's really awesome. So yeah, I just feel like you're moving in a successful direction. You're moving in a very positive way. You're moving into those calm waters, so things are going good that way. And with the Five of Pentacles here, I feel like you're really focusing down on your strengths and on the positive and on the good things in your life here at this time. So that's all really fantastic, Aquarius. So let's take a look at some possible challenge cards here for you, why don't we? Let's see what we got here for you, Aquarius. All right. Ooh, we got the Hermit, the Ace of Cups, and we got two of the ones to come out there. We got the King of Swords and the Death card. All right. So we got Virgo coming in with the Hermit, and we got the Death card, which is Scorpio's card. So again, may have those in your chart, might be dealing with them as well. Interestingly enough, I do have I'm my Moon Scorpio and a rising Virgo. So I'm all over your reading here so far. So that's really interesting. But maybe you have some of those signs in common with me. We have the Hermit here. I feel like right now you're trying to reflect and figure your way. What is your guiding light at this time? We're just kind of having some troubles here with that. Maybe some trouble being honest with yourself with the King of Swords here. He's very objective, doesn't care about feelings and emotions, right? Which is interesting. We have a conflicting energy here with the Ace of Cups, which is an overflowing emotion. So maybe that's what's kind of happening here when we're trying to find out what our guiding light is for you here, Aquarius. There's just a confliction between what you feel is objectively good for you versus what you want emotionally here. So that's very interesting, but that's certainly contrasting styles we got going on here. And with the Death card, it represents the end of a cycle. So just where it's in your challenge position, it feels like this is kind of something that's just going on and on and on. It feels like there's no end in sight here at this time. So let's take a look at some possible clarifiers here for you, Aquarius, see what's going on for you. Hopefully we can work through this here. All right. So for you, Aquarius, we got the Moon, all three water signs here. That's Pisces. We got the Four of Pentacles, and we got the Page of Wands. All right. So interesting here. All sorts of partial illumination or partial truths here for you with the Hermit and the Moon. So the Moon, again, sign of Pisces. May have Pisces in your chart, might be dealing with Pisces. But with the Hermit, it's sort of that light that he uses to guide him forward. So you can't see everything, of course. And with the Moon, you can only illuminate so much because there's so much darkness around, right? It's not the sun who is just so bright that the darkness goes away, or at least is contained to shadows, of course. With the Moon here in your resolution step, I feel like you just kind of need to stick with what's best for you, whatever that may look like, what your own path looks like. For instance, in some cases, we're talking about this combat here, the combativeness between objectivity and emotionality here, between what you want. And what that could be saying is what's best for you is kind of find that thing here, because what makes objective sense for you might be something that's like, oh yes, this puts me in a very good financial position, but it's a toxic workplace, or it's a job I don't want, or something like that. Or it's like I'm doing something I really don't want to do, or I find boring, or I know that I'm gonna want to feel like quitting or giving up down the road here very shortly. And with the Ace of Cups, it might be the opposite, where it's like something's very emotionally fulfilling for you, but it's very bad for you, like on a money sense, right? You might be, working for like a charity or something like that, or you might be like an activist lawyer or something, something that doesn't pay very well, but it makes you feel emotionally happy. And I feel like there is a middle ground to that. Of course, you see these two dogs on the moon, one pulls you one way, one pulls you the other, but you walk the path down the middle and don't let them pull you off of that. And that's the path for you, the path that's best for you. So you need to find that common ground, like what is like that's objectively good for you, but also emotionally fulfilling for you too. We have the Four of Pentacles here as well. Four of Pentacles tells you to play it safe, do what everyone else does, just kind of follow examples, success leaves clues is what the Four of Pentacles really wants you to really adhere to here. So I feel like you need to kind of maybe ask some people around, some friends, like how did I work through this? Maybe some friends or family or even coworkers that kind of have been there before and they kind of know what you're going through here, or even just people, you can reach out on like anonymous like threads or stuff like on Reddit or something and just ask people like, hey, what would you do in this situation, right? Things like that. So I feel like, just try to find the safe route. Maybe not do something. Maybe that route that's best for you up the middle of the moon here is something that's not too risky. It's something pretty safe. It's pretty like, okay, well, that's low risk and that looks good to me. So I like that. And with the Page of Wands here as well, just saying like maybe you need to kind of get back in touch to your younger side, or possibly someone a little more young if I could talk, maybe someone a little younger than you, or someone who is young at heart is coming in for you here. Or maybe it's just you need to kind of get in touch with your young self and let your hair down and kind of really take to the spark of creativity and kind of like cool ideas that you're passionate about at this time. So let's take a look, Aquarius, at some potential. That was the Six of Swords that flipped there. Interesting. Means we had that in your starting cards there. But we're going to get you some clarifiers here in just a moment. Before we do, though, thank you so much for being here, Aquarius. I appreciate it so much. If you want, you can stick around to the end of the video, because after these clarifiers, we're going to tie everything off with an oracle card at the end. I would recommend sticking around for that, but I'm a little biased, so you don't have to listen to me. But let's get into your clarifiers here, Aquarius. All right, we got the Four of Pentacles yet again. Look at that. We got Taurus coming in with the Hierophant. I was just thinking of the Hierophant with the Four of Pentacles. Interesting. Three of Cups as well. The Hierophant is also someone who kind of has that mind frame of the Four of Pentacles of like, let's play it safe, let's do what everyone else does. So very interesting here, but we'll start with the Four of Pentacles. Repeating here, of course. The Four of Pentacles, it's just kind of like saying when a card repeats like this, if you're new to tarot, it's like it's a strong message. It's like, pay attention to this, right? I feel like you are moving forward in like that safe mindset of like, let's not do anything risky here. And I feel like maybe that's what we need to kind of find here in your challenges. It's like that's kind of like the through line, right? It's like the Four of Pentacles is on either side of the conflict. I feel like that's an idea maybe you need to stick to at this time, Aquarius, is like, okay, here's what it is. It's like, I need to play it safe. I need to kind of do what other people do. I need to ask some questions, research, that kind of stuff here at this time. So I like that. With the Three of Cups here, Three of Cups represents your community, your friends, your family, your neighbors, your coworkers, all them kind of people coming together. And so again, I feel like this is sort of something where you need to ask those people. Like I had been mentioned that a bit before, Aquarius. So I like that as well. And lastly, for your energy clarifiers is the Hermit, the Hierophant, which is Taurus's card. So you may have Taurus in your chart, might be dealing with a Taurus. But the Hierophant is like much like the Four of Pentacles, will preach that kind of an attitude, but that's because the Hierophant is a teacher. There's someone who is like a professor, a teacher, someone who trains people, someone who passes down knowledge to them. Basically saying like, this is how it works. This is what the thing is. Like, you do this, this, and this, you will have success. And the Four of Pentacles, like I said, success leaves clues. Follow the trail, follow what has worked for others before, do the safe thing, right? Don't try to blaze a trail here at this time. But yeah, I just feel like right now, that's the kind of thing. It's like, maybe you need to learn from someone. Like I say, maybe talk to somebody. Maybe a teacher or professor in your life that you can ask about this kind of stuff. Someone who's lived a bit, even someone older. The Hierophant here is quite old. Someone who just has life experience, life knowledge they want to pass down to you maybe. So I like that a lot. So let's take a look at some potential clarifiers for your challenge cards here too. Aquarius. All right. That's a lot of cards. That was a lot of cards. So we're not going to take all them, obviously. But let's take a look and see what we got here. All right. For you, Aquarius, we got Temperance coming in with the Sagittarius coming in with the Temperance card, rather. The King of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Interesting that the Ace of Wands is in your challenge position, but then at the end we have the Page who has the Ace in his hands, or her hands, however you want to look at it. Genderless, it's just energy, of course. But we're starting things off with the Temperance card, sign of Sagittarius. So you might be dealing with the Sagittarius, might have Sagittarius in your chart. All sorts of major arcana popping up for you. A bit of everything except for you air signs, interestingly enough. But the Temperance card is saying like you want to be balanced and flexible, and you want to be experimental and such. But where it's in your challenge position, I feel like you're a little too rigid maybe at this time, and that's kind of part of the problem. Maybe you're looking at it as either it has to be completely objective what you want, or it has to be completely emotional. Like there's no in between, there's no compromise here, right? There's no mixing, there's no matching, that sort of thing. With the Ace of Wands here, it's like the Ace of Wands is the go for it card. Like, just do it. Like, get out there and go for it. And with it being in your challenge position, of course, it's kind of like saying, like, there's that hesitation to just go for it. Just go for the thing you want, to just pick and decide here at this time. And with the King of Cups, your emotions are ruling over you, not you ruling over your emotions. And that's not to say, like, the King of Cups is a card of emotion, as all cups are. But it's not to say that you need to be like the King of Swords down here, who's very analytical and stuff. It's just saying have control over your emotions, so it's not being like that kind of thing where you think like it's got to be all or nothing, one or the other, right? So that's interesting. So let's take a look at your clarifiers for your outcome cards as well here, Aquarius, and see what's going on. All right, what do we got? For you, Aquarius, there you are, the Star. Awesome. The Eight of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. I love that. All right, look at the Hermit. The Hermit has the Star in his lantern here, and you are now free from the lantern. You're free from the captivity. I'm seeing this as like the captured mindset of like the rigid, like this is how it has to be, right? Like that's kind of how we are when we're kind of like caged, either physically or mentally. Is like it feels like this is all that it is. It's just whatever's in this cage. This is it. This is all that there will ever be, right? But with here, it's like you've busted out. Your wish is busted out. You have busted out. When you come up in your own reading, Aquarius, if you're new to tarot, that means you're in an extremely strong position. You're stepping into your power. So your wishes are being fulfilled. You're stepping into your power. Things are going very good for you. And notice how we have the Eight of Wands now. And the Chariot is the fastest card in the deck. The Eight of Wands is the second fastest. So I feel like it's just like this is kind of just a speed bump, and you just kind of need to break free of the rigid, break free of the inflexible, and like look at a compromise potentially here. And with the Two of Pentacles here, it's just working hard. It's maintaining what you got going on here. Once you get through and start working towards your goals, working towards your wishes, I feel like the Two of Pentacles is saying you can maintain this. You can maintain the progress, maintain the work, maintain the progress towards where you want to go, if I could talk tonight. So thank you so much. We're going to get you your Oracle card to tie everything off here, Aquarius. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for making it this far. Hopefully this has been helping you out. Hopefully this has been resonating with you, or in some degree or another. But let's see what we got for your Oracle card here, Aquarius. We've got the white raven spirit saying trust in the magic. Yeah, trust in the magic. Trust in the fact that you're strong enough to get through this. You're strong enough to figure this out. You're smart enough to figure this out. You know what you want. You know that there's more to, looking at situations. There's more angles to look at other than the ones that you're kind of focusing down on at this time. So that is awesome, Aquarius. If you want to help out the channel, you can leave a like down below. Lets YouTube know that you appreciate the content. You can subscribe to the channel as well. That helps out a bunch, and also makes it easier for you to find these videos later on when I upload more as the weeks go on. And you can also check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos to see what all might be coming for you in the week ahead. Thank you again for being here, Aquarius, and I hope to see you in the next video.